Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. Good evening from wherever y'all are watching. I will be answering all of your advanced parole and DACA related questions. So ask your questions, chicos y chicas. No tengan miedo. ¿Qué preguntas tienen sobre advanced parole y o sobre DACA? Hola Claudia Gómez, hey, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué me cuentas? ¿Ya metiste tu aplicación de Advanced Parole o en qué paso estás? Karen Velázquez, hello, ¿cómo están? ¿Ya metieron su aplicación de Advanced Parole? ¿En qué paso están? Jorge García, hola, mandé a inmigración mi Advanced Parole hace 3 meses ya. ¿En cuánto tiempo lo estarán aprobando? No sé, pregúntale a USCIS. No, no es cierto, no trabajo para USCIS, entonces no sabría decirte, pero se tarda aproximadamente de 3 a 4 meses. Sí, en junio 26 lo mandé. ¡Wow! ¿Para qué aplicaste? Lulu Martin, do we have to do the FOIA? I can't find a free one to see my record. You don't have to do a FOIA. And do you know what FOIA stands for? It's called Freedom of Information Act. So it is free. Your information is free. So if you want to request your FOIA, you can. We have guides. And Facebook, I see that you're watching us on Facebook. Just search USCIS FOIA or CBP FOIA. We have those two FOIA videos that Natalie made, but they are not needed to file advanced parole. It's recommended to get it just so you know what's on file, but it's not required. Dice, gracias al grupo de Dreamers. Gracias a usted por seguir nuestras guías y por tramitar este proceso solita. Dice, humanitario, ver a mi papá. ¿A qué país va a viajar? No tengan pena de hacer sus preguntas. Aquí estamos para ayudarles. Hola Marisol, ¿cómo estás? Dice, ¿qué son las guías? Nosotros tenemos guías en nuestro grupo de Facebook. Las guías te muestran paso a paso qué documentos son necesarios para hacer el trámite de Advanced Parole. Tenemos las guías de cómo visitar una tumba, cómo aplicar por razones educacionales o por razones de trabajo. Y todavía estamos trabajando en subir todas las guías, pero las guías son iguales, o sea, siempre vas a necesitar la aplicación de Advanced Parole, que es el I-131. Esa aplicación se encuentra en USCIS y se tiene que imprimir y llenar. Y luego vas a necesitar tu acta de nacimiento, una copia de tu permiso de trabajo y luego los documentos, ya dependiendo cuál va a ser tu razón, si va a ser por razón humanitaria, educacional, por motivos de trabajo, esos documentos van a tener que estar traducidos si están en otro idioma. Pero las guías son similares. Dice Lulu Martin, online for FBI, you have to click the box for citizen part to see your record. Any other website? I don't believe we have an FBI FOIA. I mean, have you committed any crimes that you would need your FBI FOIA? Den Ali, hi, I'm thinking of applying for AP for dental. I recently renewed my DACA online on my own, but haven't received my card yet. Am I supposed to get like a set appointment date from a dentist in Mexico to have an idea of what dates to request? Just keep in mind, advanced parole is taking 3 to 4 months, so plan 3 or 4 months in advance. So maybe 5 if you want to play it safe. Dice Claudia Gómez, mi DACA se vence en abril. ¿Cuándo tendría que renovar? USCIS recomienda renovar tu DACA 120 a 150 días antes de la fecha de vencimiento. Isra C. I must send my package for AP next Friday. Reason, dental US quote 13,000, requesting 1 year, multiple entries. $13,000. Oh my God. I hope you get your 1 year multiple entries. Just keep in mind that multiple entries is approved by the discretion of the officer. Include as much information as you can. Make sure that your dental quote says, hey, this person needs to be here, this and this in the state. It has to be a year treatment or whatever. And also, USCIS won't approve advanced parole that exceeds your DACA validity date. María Saraos. ¿Pueden mis hijas viajar conmigo por tierra sin tener su pasaporte? Recomendamos, chicos y chicas que nos están viendo, recomendamos que si ustedes planean en viajar, que todos tengan su pasaporte, ¿ok? Tienen que tener su pasaporte. Los pasaportes de ciudadanos americanos ahorita se están tardando mucho, así que si piensan viajar, por favor, hagan ese trámite lo más pronto posible. Para los ciudadanos mexicanos, solo agendas una cita en el consulado y en ese mismo día te dan el pasaporte, pero no es igual para los ciudadanos americanos. Entonces, por favor, tengan eso en mente. Dice Easter, I've been to Mexico 7 times with AP, so I know what I'm doing. Okay, there you go. I got multiple entries for a whole year in the past. So, okay, I am just saying, I'm not saying you don't know what you're doing. This is just a PSA. I am speaking publicly, so I know what I'm doing too. All right. ¿Qué otras preguntas tienen? What other questions do you guys have en inglés y en español sobre Advanced Parole y sobre DACA? Las preguntas sobre ajuste de estatus, puedo contestarlas si son generales, pero si quieren saber sobre eso, ustedes pueden unirse a nuestra página hermana, AOS-Dreamers Together. Dice Marisol, how should I contact a dentist in Mexico? You guys can contact them using Yelp, using Google, using WhatsApp. Never mention it's for advanced parole. Just let them know, hey, necesito una cotización. I need a quote. I have a dental quote here. It'll be easier if you already have a dentist quote from whatever dentist you're going to use here in the United States. Even if you have insurance, you can also request them to give you a quote without insurance. They can do that for you. Call any dentist in Mexico. It doesn't have to be from the city or the state that you're born in. And you just tell them, hey, can I get a quote? I have a quote from the United States. I just want to get the differences or get the price differences. I'll send you whatever I have, translate it for them. That way they know what you need. If you have any x-rays, you can send it to them. Dice Nancy, do I need a real ID to go to Mexico with AP? No, but you need a passport. Alejandra, I got an email today about taking action to my case, but no update. Yes, it's fine. It can take up to 48 hours from whenever you get an email. You guys need patience. It will come. If you got an email saying that the action has been taken on your case, that means you'll get news soon. It's not going to be instantaneous. Don't give me the sad face. It's okay. You don't no pongas esa cara triste. You're supposed to be happy. They're checking your case. It's coming. Dice, my lady, my passport is expired. I'm going to renew it soon. Do I need it to send in my AP application? No, you don't need a passport to, an active passport to apply, but you need it to travel. Guys, PSA to everyone, you don't need a passport to apply. You need it to travel, especially if you're going to somewhere else besides Mexico, because Mexico, you can cross pretty easily, but you're going to like Honduras or South America, Central America, make sure you have your passports. I don't know how easy it is to get an appointment. If it's as hard as it is to get an appointment as it is with, the Mexican consulate, please plan in advance. Lulu Martin, if I make an appointment to do a one-on-one, will you check my forms that I'm filling out and evidence? I personally won't. Another administrator will. Nancy, thank you. I have my passport, just waiting to get approved. Yes. Dice Alejandra, for some reason, I thought it was faster to show on the account. Yeah, I mean, there are thousands of applications, guys, and there's only like a limited amount of USCIS people working on cases. That's why it takes a while, but it's coming. You already did the hard part. Now you just got to wait a little bit more. Viridiana Marquez, I'm in Texas. Do my translated docs need to be notarized? No, they don't have to be notarized if you're mailing it in. I'm in Texas too. They don't have to be notarized. They have to be certified. Yes, I have done AP, Karen Velasquez. I did AP last year. I traveled twice with it. I got multiple entries for 5 months, and I applied for humanitarian reasons. I went to Mexico. What does RFE mean? RFE means request for evidence. USCIS will issue an RFE, a request for evidence, if they need more information. If the information you sent them isn't enough, if it's a little bit outdated. When you get an RFE, you have to read it thoroughly. It will tell you exactly what you need. Many members freak out, and it's normal to freak out. And they're like, well, I don't know what I need. It tells you exactly what you need. Sometimes members will forget to certify certify translations. We've seen RFEs for that. Make sure that you are certifying every translation. It does not have to be notarized. It has to be certified, and we have examples on our page. Sometimes people forget to send birth certificates to prove familialship. But you only get one shot to send in the evidence that they're requesting. Lisa, in California, do the documents have to be certified and translated by a professional, or can we do it ourselves? In California or in wherever state, the documents have to be translated and certified. They do not have to be notarized if you are sending it by mail. A professional does not have to translate it. You can translate it yourself. As long as you certify it, you can use our services as well. We also offer translation services. I did my translations, and the certification at the bottom, it just has to say, I, Gabriela, certify that I'm translating this document from English to Spanish to the best of my ability. We have an example, but that's the gist, and then you can just sign it at the bottom. Can me and my brother request AP together? Yes. It doesn't matter what state you're living in, guys. Advanced parole rules are the same, regardless of the state that you live in. Yes, you can apply with your brother to request advanced parole together. You can use the same information, but you guys have to fill out a separate application and send separate money orders, and you can send in your applications in one envelope if you'd like. Adriana, when applying for AOS, when do I have to do my medical exam, and do I need to take any paperwork to my doctor appointment? We suggest to send the complete package, including your medical exam. I submitted all my documents together, including my medical exam in Dallas. It was $250. And I printed out I forgot what number the application is. The medical exam documents are in USCIS. You can print out a copy and send it and bring it to you for your exam. Most offices do have their own copy, but some may be outdated. We did see an RFE issued. The medical exam documents that the doctor fills out was expired. So they had to go to the doctor again and they had to fill out the application again. So make sure that you take a copy with you when you're doing your medical exam. It says, and do I need to take any paperwork? Yeah, like I said, you can download the medical documents on the USCIS website. Maybe like 10 pages. But you don't fill out anything other than like your name and your A number on the application. Yeah, I-693 for medical. Yeah. I printed out my that packet before I went to the doctor. And take your vaccine records and take your passport because that's what they asked me. So whenever you're scheduling your medical appointment, just ask, hey, what do you need me to bring? They needed me to bring my passport and my vaccination records. And I was missing the flu vaccine and then another vaccine, which my insurance covered. And I got those vaccines at Walgreens. Elizabeth, is AP still taking 3 to 4 months to be approved? I live in Georgia. Do document translations have to be notarized or just for emergency AP? Hello, I believe you are just now joining us. It is taking, hey, this. Hey, mira.
Hey.
Hey, what's up? You decided to join me?
Yes.
We got OG Vanessa here.
Continue. I'll hop on when you finish answering.
Hey, okay. So Elizabeth is asking, is AP still taking 3 to 4 months to be approved? Right now, yes, that's nationwide. And do documents and translations have to be notarized? They don't have to be notarized. They do have to be certified. We have an example here on our Facebook page. And depending on what state you live in, they do have to be notarized. I believe Georgia is one of those states. Vanessa, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it is one of those states. So if you're doing emergency advance parole, make sure that they're notarized. If you're in Georgia, you can go to your local bank to get those notarized. It says we have our boss in here. I know, ya me puse nerviosa. I'm going to start stuttering. Don't make me nervous. All right, chicos, ¿qué otras preguntas tienen? Wearing the Dreamers Together merch, go to dreamerstogether.org, get your t-shirts, get your bags, get your passport covers. What else do we have? They have totes. Dice Karen, hi, Vanessa. You said, yes, I just joined. Sorry if I asked a question. She just answered, but thank you so much. No worries. I see that you're joining us from YouTube. I hope that you are also a member on Facebook. We do have all the guides on here. Dice, hola, ¿se puede aplicar para dental aún teniendo aseguranza? Sí se puede aplicar para razones dentales aún teniendo el seguro. Puedes ir a un dentista aquí, bueno, donde sea, en los Estados Unidos, y les puedes pedir una cotización sin el seguro. O sea, dame una cotización sin el seguro, ¿ok? Y ellos se lo pueden hacer. Dice, can we do AP with friends? If you want, but I don't know if friends will get approved together. I know siblings get approved together, but if you want to do it with your friend. Dice, Marisol, when are the car lives going to be back? Oh my God, yes, her car. Dude, those would scare me. Like, bro, you're driving. Be careful. In the snow, in the cold. Okay, ¿qué otras preguntas tienen? Ya me pusieron nerviosa because Vanessa's here. She's grading me. I feel like a teacher when the principal walks in and just supervises the classroom.
My kids decided to come in the room real quick. No, I just really wanted to hop on here real quick and say, you guys got to start using the search bar. A lot of the questions are here, and you guys are just not doing like your, how do you say that? Like
your due diligence.
Yeah, to look for the answers for this, for any questions that you guys need. Gabby goes live every Thursday. You can go back to all of her lives and just kind of see all the questions people are asking already. But we have to kind of like do better a little bit. we have to,
yeah, self-empowerment.
Yeah, because it's like we have to learn our lingo for immigration, because when you guys are asking questions, it's like, okay, can I do AOS out of the country? Like, no, because AOS is only the United States. You can't. That's consular process. Like, little things like that. Nancy said, thank you for helping us. You're the reason. Yes. We are the best out here in these streets, but that's just us, right? Make sure you guys are sharing our lives. Make sure you guys are, supporting us, kind of just commenting on things. Every little comment counts. You guys help each other in a group. So we love that. I mean, I don't know what other questions everybody has here. I know it's hot over there.
It's boiling. It's hot. The dogs are outside. I'm about to bring him inside.
It's too hot. But yeah, I'm gonna share this in the group again. What other questions do you guys have?
Dice Elizabeth, yes, I'm in the Facebook group and follow you guys on all social medias. Yes, we are on all social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, MySpace.
MySpace.
We might get on MySpace.
That'd be cool. We get on MySpace.
Dice, my notes are long, learning every day. Yes, we love to see that. Dice, when are our travel groups heading out? Vanessa, do you have information on that?
We are leaving in like 2 weeks. I'm so excited about that. I think I think that was one of the main reasons why we created the group and like the nonprofit too, because we wanted to do that. I mean, I'm like super excited, and we hope we can open it bigger, next year.
He said, Milady, do we need a medical exam for advanced parole? No, this is only for adjustment of status. Jessica Alonso, hi, ¿cómo estás? Are you new here? Are you applying for advanced parole? Have you applied for advanced parole? Jessica González, ok, y ya teniendo la cotización dental sin aseguranza, ¿cuál sería el siguiente paso? Obtener una cotización en el país a donde usted quiera hacerse el procedimiento. Usted va a tener que traducir los documentos que están en cualquier otro idioma a inglés y luego también los vas a tener que certificar. Tenemos una guía dental, vas a necesitar las cotizaciones, de un dentista aquí y el dentista en cualquier otro país. No tiene que ser el país a donde usted nació. Si usted nació en México y quiere ir a un dentista en Colombia, usted puede ir a Colombia, a El Salvador. O sea, si tiene una razón para ir al dentista. Va a necesitar una copia de su permiso de trabajo, vas a tener que escribir una atestación, un summary de la razón por la que usted quiere hacer el procedimiento dental y llenar el formulario I-131. Y eso es todo.
Before you answer that question, I know somebody posted if we can file the advanced parole online. No, we cannot. That form is not for us. That's like for a whole other category. DACA recipients, you will always have to mail in your application.
Hasta que haya un cambio, pero por el momento, we can only file our renewal online for DACA. You cannot submit any I-131 or advanced parole forms online. You get it online and you download it and you print it and you fill it out by hand, or you can fill it out by Adobe or whatever other thing exists. Dice Pedro Cortez, how do we get a quote for a dental? I need to get evaluated first and then get a quote. It's easier if you already have a quote from a dentist here. You call whatever dentist in the country that you want to go to and say, hey, I have a dental quote here. Can I send it to you? Can you give me a quote? I'll send you x-rays. I'll send you that document. You're going to have to maybe call a lot of dentists because a lot of dentists will want to see you first, but you will find some that will send you quotes. It could be through email, fax. It doesn't have to be an original document as long as it's a clear, visible picture.
Yeah.
You said, Jessica, I have applied waiting on letter for dates. Yes. Natalie, if your passport allows you can do dental in any country that shows a lower estimate. That goes for any medically necessary procedure. Yes, we've seen people do LASIK, dental, and fertilization treatments.
And we have all those videos on YouTube. So if you guys are new and are watching us, youtube.com and search Streamers Together, all the videos that Gabby does every Thursday are always all there. Dice Jessica, okay, gracias. Gloria, how's that, Glo? Hi, how you doing? You know us here working overtime. But yeah, I mean, I think what time do you go to for here? Because I don't want to be talking extra or anything like that.
I started at 5:30 and I usually go for an hour and some change.
So yeah, if you guys have any more questions for Gabby, you know, Gabby's the GOAT, man. I'll be learning from Gabby.
We all started from somewhere, you know. We all started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Definitely, for sure. You already know.
You know, I've been following Vanessa. Vanessa and I go way back 2 years. Ya tiene mucho tiempo. You know, we all start somewhere. I started joining her como Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Oh, we got help in the Clubhouse.
We got Clubhouse. Her videos when she was driving around. Start picking up information. That's why it's important for you guys to join in on the lives, to read. That's really important. Read. Go on the guides.
You know, the lawyers that we have here are great, and you know, it's great. Gotta be here.
Dice Elizabeth, if both parents have health issues, can the doctor's note have both the parents' name in the same note, or it has to be separate? I think constancia médica is separate for individual. I don't think you can do like a medical letter and put two people on there, but you can use two reasons, right? From your mom and your dad, that both of them have to have their own medical document because both of them don't have the same diagnoses, I suppose.
If you want to add them to your affidavit, obviously, then you can add both of them in the affidavit. For sure.
This is a question for you. ¿Con visa U se califica para el permiso de salir?
Visa U questions, I guess Natalie can answer that one. I don't really like answers because those are complex. Con visa U se califica para el permiso de salir. You're going to have to do visa U con DACA. I don't think you could do it by yourself. Natalie, correct me if I'm wrong, because that's not a status. So visa U is not, unless you're approved, like with the visa U, yes, I believe so. Correct me on that. But if not, it has to be, if you apply for a visa, for la visa U, and you have DACA, it's going to be under DACA, not the visa U. But let's wait for Natalie as to answer that question for you. I don't know why Natalie's not out here, but
it's a pro tip: get your dental or other procedure estimate in a high-end or bougie area of your state. That way, you have a better chance of getting a high estimate in the U.S.
Yes, that's a great tip.
Okay, save that.
That's a great tip.
He says,
"Oh, I'm sorry. Sí, me tengo la visa U." So you don't have DACA anymore. Ya tú no tienes DACA entonces, ¿verdad que no? Dice, thanks to you guys, I have met my AP on the 27th question, though. My dentist in Colombia gave me a deadline for what is the deadline for it? 4 months from now. I think also another tip is when you are asking for these appointments in other countries, have them 4 or 5 months out, right? Because we want to give us a time, you know, and anything can happen. So even just like the right now, right? If you ask for the dental, if he asks you to go over there like next week, you're not going to be able to because it's going to take 4 to 5 months for your AP to get approved. So hopefully you did it for 4 or 5 months out. September 15th, and they received it on the 28th of June. Right, but when are the appointments for Colombia? And instead, give me a second until Natalie. Oh, there you go. So she said, a pending visa U cannot do AP on their own. If you have an approved visa U, you technically don't need AP because you have status. Just make sure you have an actual visa U approved and not just an EAD. Just the EAD they gave you in the meantime after you're declared bona fide. So I think in Spanish, Natalie. In Spanish, I will hop on, but my StreamYard always glitches for me. Okay, yeah. So we have, tenemos un post on Facebook, busca Visa U y pon tu pregunta también ahí y también podemos darle a otro abogado que también, o Hernán, te puede también responder en esa thread. So si tienes la Visa U, si tienes la Visa U aprobada, significa que tienes estatus ya. So tú puedes viajar, no necesitas el advance parole. Si no la tiene aprobada, no puede salir. So, si tiene la visa U aprobada, sí. Porque ya tienes, eso como, it's like a green card, right? After you get your visa, you approve, it's like a green card, so you can just travel. Again, just correct me if I'm wrong, Natalie. Take that one.
You said, milady, for AP, I want to ask for a year with multiple entries. My reason would be to visit my sick grandmother and grandfather's grave. Could they deny it for asking for a year with multiple entries, or would the worst that could happen be only approved for one entry? Would it be better to play it safe and ask for one entry? I hope that made sense. So your grandma is sick and your grandfather is deceased, correct? Yeah, I mean, shoot for the stars, right? I always say ask for multiple entries, even if you don't have that many reasons to apply for advanced parole. Ask for multiple entries for a year. The worst that can happen is that you only get approved for one entry. Yeah. Write a sexy affidavit, like Vanessa says, like make a strong case. You said, Ray Fernandez, my departure date I submitted on my sworn form was September 1st, but of course I'm in no rush to, but hoping it all falls perfectly. Yeah, hoping it all goes well.
Yeah.
Dice, ¿dónde me meto para que me ayuden, por favor? Usted puede mandar un número de texto a este número que está aquí, o puede visitar nuestra página de web, dreamerstogether.org, y puede agendar una cita individual.
Y si no, entrate al grupo, me imagino que yeah, que she's on Facebook. En el grupo de nosotros, Dreamers Together Official, y ahí te podemos etiquetar a un abogado o a Natalie que te pueda responder. Pero Natalie dijo que sí. Si tiene la visa U, aprobada, puede salir. No necesita la advance parole. Si no tiene la visa U aprobada, no. Dice Patricia, solo quiero decir gracias por toda su ayuda. Me aprobaron por todo un año. ¡Wow!
Yay!
I love that. That's amazing.
¿Cuál fue su razón, Patricia?
Yeah, I think for multiple entries, you have to just make it sexy, add multiple reasons. Maybe you want to go for dental, and I think dental is honestly the best, because si tú aplicas para braces, right, you have to go every other month or something like that to get your checkups, to get cleanups. If you live close to the border, también mejor. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually yes, he said dental.
You said dental.
Yeah, so definitely, I mean, you have to go for cleanings. Dental is not something like if you need braces, even if you have the muelas that you have, they're very expensive here. I mean, I think a crown is like over 1,000 and some change. A lot of you guys are asking, oh, my code is like 5,000. Listen, over 1,000, I think it's great. If you have anything over $1,000, you're good to go. Just make sure you write to them you're in pain. Make sure you let them know that this is you can't live with that. Your life. Obviously, you can't function your daily functions with the pain that you can afford it here. But like Natalie said earlier, just make sure you go to one of the most expensive places around your house and get that quote and send it out. And that's just that. I mean, it's going to be a big difference, believe it or not. So you guys just got to put your thinking cap on it and do it that way.
Dice Natalie, asegúrese de que realmente tiene la visa U aprobada y no tan solo el permiso de trabajo. Si es que tiene la visa U aprobado, usted ya tiene un estatus legal y solo espera los años necesarios para la residencia. Con visa U no necesita AP porque ya tiene visa. El consulado estadounidense en el extranjero la tendrán que poner la visa U oficialmente en su pasaporte. Es una aplicación diferente que se hace en el extranjero. Oh. Okay.
There you go. Dice Karen, so I have my U.S. and Mexican dental quotes ready to send out for AP, but still waiting on my DACA to be approved. How long are the quotes good for? I wouldn't send anything over 3, I want to say 2 months, but that's just me. If you have them, for longer than that, just send it out and see if it work out. They might ask you for newer quotes, so just be ready for RFE. I think also maybe just when you guys start doing your packet, start off getting the simple things that don't have an expiration date, like translations, this, that, and the third, or get the quotes for 4 or 5 months out again. That way you're not, you have time and everything can kind of like match with everything. Let me see. Yeah, all right. So I have to go, Gabby. It was nice seeing you.
Okay. All right. Thank you for hopping on.
Bye.
Bye. All right. It was nice having the boss on here. Dice Karen, thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Thank you, V. And thanks everyone for watching. As always, I'm here every Thursday. Estoy aquí todos los jueves. Maybe like an hour answering your questions. Lisa, Natalie, PSA, if you plan to travel with USC relatives, get their passports now. Department of State is super backlogged right now. Even expedited passports are backed up. Eso es lo que siempre les digo, Natalie. Yo siempre empiezo, agarren sus pasaportes. Cada semana trato de también hacer una publicación y etiqueto a todos, saquen los pasaportes. Sáquenlo, mi gente. Muy buenos para sacar otras cosas, pero el pasaporte lo dejan para el último minuto, chicos. Pónganse las pilas. Dice Marisol Ornelas, I have a medical condition. Can I apply for AP to get treatment abroad? Yes, you may. As stated earlier, just get a quote from a doctor here and a quote from a doctor in the country that you are planning on visiting or getting your treatment. We've seen people do LASIK, dental is the most popular one, and then fertilization treatment. Dice Ray Fernandez, I have noticed that most P is being approved within 90 days. Do you know if I work at an airport, the approval will be faster due to extra clearance I have? No, that doesn't. Your job status has nothing to do with how fast your advanced parole will take to process. USCIS agents have a job, and that's to process everyone's at about the same rate. Okay, I'm going to put this one up again. Get your passports now, especially if you are a U.S. citizen, if you have U.S. citizen spouses, kids, brothers that you're planning on traveling with. Make sure you get the 10-year one so you are good for the next 10 years. Get your passports, too, if you are traveling to your home country. For Mexican passports, you get it the same day. I don't know if that's the same with their country consulates, but get your passports. Yvette Caledon, our 601A was just approved, but want to do AOS still. What's the time difference? I have a legal entry. Natalie, if you're still on, please answer this question. No estoy segura de esta. Mari Vergara, do I have to wait for my DACA renewal to be approved to apply for AP? We recommend it. That way you have your new dates, and then you can just send your advanced parole application with the dates that you have for your new DACA. So yes. You can send it now, but you'll have to put like what your current DACA now, the date that it expires. So wait, I say wait until you get your new DACA and then send your advanced parole. Lisa Natalie, AOS nationwide time average is normally 12 months, but currently USCIS is not playing around. They've been consistently improving people within 6 months. Natalie, I hope you're right. Because I hope my AOS gets approved soon. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I think it's like my 3rd, 4th month waiting. But I'm waiting patiently. Lisa Sandy Cha, how true is it that if I reach out to my local congressman, he can make my AP application get approved faster? I mean, you can try. Go ahead, try. Do it. Dices cómo te sale o cómo te va. Jewel Acevedo, will there be any AOS packet review openings for this month? I am not sure. Those go really quick. AOS application packet reviews it takes forever. Thank you, Natalie, for doing this. If you know if we'll be having openings, please let us know. Natalie, with the I-601A, you will still need to wait for a consular appointment at the U.S. consulate in your home country, and you still at risk of being denied and stuck abroad for other inadmissibilities not waived by the I-601A. Guys, if you have DACA and you don't have a legal entry, it is super important that you apply ASAP. That way you have a legal entry. That way, if in the future, you have a child that's 21, you can adjust through them. If you have a spouse that's a U.S. citizen, you can adjust through them. There's too many risks associated with consular process. So if you have DACA, do the AP and then adjustment of status. All right, ¿qué otras preguntas tienen, chicos? Natalie, AOS packet reviews. We're hoping to reopen soon, but do not have a set date for specific AOS service yet. We are looking for AOS volunteers so that we can have more slots open in the future. Yes, AOS is a lot of forms to go through. Thank you, Natalie, for helping me in mine. It takes a long time, guys. It says, Sandy, do you know what they look into when taking the decision if you were approved or denied for your Advance Pearl? I mean, they just look that that it's, real information, real evidence. That's why we always say, like, don't joke around when it comes to USCIS. Don't try to take a backdoor and say, oh, I can just do this, and they won't notice. Send in real information and with good faith. It says, if you were approved or denied for your Advanced Parole. We have seen few denials for Advanced Parole, but they will always send a request for evidence. They will issue an RFE, request for evidence, if they need more evidence. Let's say you forgot to send in a birth certificate. They need to prove that you are related to this person. You forgot to certify one of your translations. The date that you requested for departure passed, so they'll send an RFE. There was a person, one of our members got denied because they applied for a grave that was over 2 years old. Before that, USCIS was approving graves from, whatever date that your family member had passed, but now it has to be within 2 years. USCIS won't grant advanced paroles for graves over 2 years anymore. But you'll get one more shot if they send an RFE. So it won't be a straight up denial, like, no, you can't go. They'll give you a chance to send in more information. Angel Flores, I'm so thankful for you guys. You're welcome. I did my AP thanks to your group. Received date June 15, just waiting to get approved. The guides are so easy to follow. Yes, they are. We also have a video on how to fill out the form on YouTube. We have all the tools. Ray Fernandez, I'm really nervous about AP and just hope everything goes well. It's okay to be nervous. I have noticed almost all members from this group have been approved. Yes, it's okay to be nervous. Follow our guides. Remember to use our search bar. Watch our videos. All of my lives are recorded and are posted on, I think, YouTube and the Dreamers Inc. page on Facebook. So watch my lives, watch Vanessa's lives. Charles Cook also comes on here every once in a while and does lives. Watch them, learn. Don't be afraid to ask questions too. AP, it's all about, did you provide the necessary and required evidence to prove that you have a valid reason to travel? Remember, humanitarian, educational, or employment. And there's also other subcategories, I'll say, that you can apply that don't necessarily fit those three mentioned. But yes, these are the most popular ones to apply for. Pati Pineda, hi, can you apply for AP for more than one time? Yeah, of course. As long as you have a valid reason to keep applying. Joseph, I just received my translations from you guys. I just want to express my gratitude, and without saying more, I am impressed by the transparency of this organization. Thank you so much for not only using our services, but being a member of this group and using our guides, using our tools, and hopefully you get a speedy advanced parole approval. All right, I'm gonna talk about some misconceptions that I've seen floating around on TikTok and on other platforms. You can apply for advanced parole for more than one time. It does not have to be an emergency, and a lawyer does not have to fill it out for you. Those are, I think, one of the top misconceptions, that you can only apply for emergency. You can only apply for one entry, and a lawyer has to fill it out for you. That's false. You can apply for more than one entry. You can fill it out by yourself, and you can, I think I said more than one entry. But yes, it doesn't have to be an emergency as well. Joanna Moreno, guides and search bar are extremely helpful. Had a lawyer wanting to charge $8,000 for checking all the paperwork that I had filled out with the help of the guides. Took a leap of faith, sent my AOS, and fortunately, no issues. Was approved in 82 days, and the lawyer was shook when I spoke to him after receiving my green card. Look at my green card. I would have been like, ha, 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 ha. Yes, and you also don't need a lawyer to file for adjustment of status. You don't need a lawyer to file your DACA. There's still so many members that use lawyers. There was a member that was paying $2,000 for a renewal. Most of us have been having DACA since it came out 10 years ago, most of us. So by now we should know that it's a really easy application to fill out. Half of the questions are, what's your name, date of birth, A number, which we all should know, right? You know what your name is, you know what your last name is, you know where you live, you know your address, you know your A number. And then the rest, it's like super easy. And we have a video on how to renew your DACA. Lisa, hi, can I apply for AP if my grandmother passed away here in Texas, but she was buried in Mexico? Yes. Did she pass away less than 2 years ago? If she passed away more than 2 years ago, you will have to add another reason. I mean, you can still use that reason, but you have to add another primary reason, like a sick relative, or you can include a mass grave ceremony. I applied to visit my sick grandmother last year, and I included my grandfather's death certificate, and he passed away in 2016. She passed away last year. Okay, so you're still within a good time frame. Yeah, you can do that. You'd have to get maybe like a certificate of where she's buried in Mexico, or I'm not. Yeah, in Mexico. I'm sure that they have some type of certificate saying the body of this person was buried here, etc., etc. You are welcome. ¿Qué otras preguntas tienen? Isabel, ¿se puede aplicar para InfoPass por fallecimiento de un familiar reciente o sería mejor aplicar por regular AP? ¿Qué tan reciente? O sea, puedes agendar una cita de InfoPass, pero la aprobación es a la discreción del oficial. Y si es que no te aprueben, usted puede mandarlo por correo, 9 días. Puedes agendar una cita de InfoPass, Advanced Pro, Emergency Advanced Pro, pero como dije, si no te aprueban, usted puede mandarlo por correo. Verónica, quiero agradecer a todos los miembros que formar este grupo por toda la ayuda y apoyo que nos ofrecen. Yo apliqué para mi AP y fui aprobada con múltiples entradas. Ahora sí, we're going to be outside después de 30 años. Wow, Verónica, ¿a qué país regresa? ¿A qué país? ¿A qué estado? ¿A qué ciudad? ¿Y cuál fue su razón? Dice Ana Delia Jimenez Hernandez. Hi there. So I have 2 kids and their grandparents from dad's side are in Mexico. They haven't met them and I want to know if I can take them to meet them. I am not legally married to the dad. Are they sick? I mean, what reason besides meeting them are they going for? So there has to be a reason. It just can't be, hey, I want to meet them. Are they sick? Do they have an illness? Are they in the hospital? Maybe you can add dental for the kids, for yourself. Make a strong case. But just because you want to meet them, it has to be, you have to have a reason. Mexico City. Hey, mi barrio, dental. That's nice. You're going to have the best tacos of your life. Okay, chicos. What other questions? If you guys want to make an appointment for a one-on-one, text the number here. Now, it won't be an immediate response because we do have an actual person managing this number, but you will get a response within, I'd say, 24 hours. Angel Flores, question, if I get approved for multiple entries, can I start my AOS when I came back from my first trip? Yes. Or have to wait? No, as soon as you have a legal entry, you can send off that AOS packet. Bye, send it off. Yeah, and you can still keep using your valid document because it's still a valid travel document until it expires. Yes, no, they are not sick. Yes, so they would have to have, you can't just, like I said, there has to be a reason. And unfortunately, meeting somebody is not a humanitarian reason. All right, says Teresa, I have a one-on-one appointment on Tuesday. Can I change the time? Send an email to support@dreamerstogether.org. It says, Natalie, for those of you that are married to military members, please know that you can get a legal entry without filing for AP. There's something special that you have access to called Parole in Place, PIP, and it's free. Yes, so Parole in Place is especially great for parents that came without inspection, entry without inspection, illegally, no visa. If your parents did come in like that and have a child in the military, it could be whatever branch, Marines, Navy, I don't know what other military branch there is. They can do Parole in Place. If the child is 18, they can start that now. They could get their legal entry, the work permit, and then when the child turns 21 and is still in the military or was in the military, then they can do their adjustment of status because they still have to be 21 to file for adjustment of status. But if they're in the military prior to that, they can get their legal entry, Parole in Place, and get a work authorization card. Gustavo Moreno, I'm filing and sending the I-130 first, planning on doing AOS. Will I get an RFE for the 485? I know I need to get my I-130 approved first before doing my AOS because of removal proceedings. That's a good question. I hope Natalie is still on so she can help you answer that. But if you guys are not part of our AOS group, then I also suggest you joining our AOS group. We have an AOS group that specializes in AOS, adjustment of status, and also Parole in Place, PIP, for military members and their families. All right, ¿qué otras preguntas, chicos, chicas? I'll keep it up so Natalie can see it if she's still on. All right, I'll be on a few more minutes porque tengo que comer. So don't be shy asking any last minute questions. All right, there we go. No, you will not get an RFE as you will simply be applying for the I-130 on its own, not adjustment of status. Once your I-130 is approved, you'll want to get your removal terminated completely before filing the I-485, aka AOS. Search keywords, removal, deportation in the AOS group, please, or Wilmer Palacios. Yes, I love Wilmer. He he's still a group member, but I remember he got approved for advanced parole last year, and he was about to miss his flight. He was about to not go, and then we were all like, yeah, rooting for him, go, go, go. And he went. I don't know what country he went to, but he had a deportation order, just like Hugo, if you guys follow Hugo, and he got his legal entry and fixed his everything on the AOS side, and now he has his green card, which is super awesome. And he did it all with our group, with the help of our group. Irais, hola, ¿cómo estás? My beautiful Gabby, gracias por todo lo que haces por este grupo. Gracias por todo lo que haces tú también, Irais, en nuestro otro grupo, AOS, our AOS group. I saw that you traveled to, I think, Mexico con tu green card, right? I hope I get my green card soon too. A ver cuando, when you join another live with me again, because last time there was a tornado and we had to log off. All right. ¿Qué otras preguntas antes de que me vaya? Estoy aquí todos los jueves at 5:30 Central Time. I try to do it not too late, but not too early. That way, more people join from across from wherever you guys are watching. Remember to read our guides and use our search bar. If you are on Facebook, the search bar is, you click the group and it should be at the top right corner. It looks like a Google search bar. You just put like a keyword, a key phrase. You can put Dallas, you can put airport, you can put CBP, you can put guides. We have the guides there too. We have lives. If you are on the Dreamers Inc. page, our nonprofit page, all of my lives are posted weekly there. You can scroll and see other people's lives. Wilmer makes lives, Vanessa makes lives, I make lives, Charles Cook makes lives. If you are on TikTok, you can see our Queen Ellie, she's on there. Just use the tools that you have disposed at your fingertips. I think that's the way that you say it, at your fingertips. Lucero Juárez, ¿hay alguna manera de saber qué fechas me dieron o hasta que llegue la carta? Hasta que llegue la carta. I know. I wish there was another way to see the dates that you got, pero hasta que te llegue la carta, no vas a saber qué fechas te dieron. Lean nuestras guías, eso se los voy a dejar de tarea. Y para la próxima semana les voy a hacer preguntas a ustedes. Usen las herramientas que el grupo les da, chicos. Estamos en todas las plataformas, all the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. Did I say YouTube already? Yes. All of the, and Instagram too. If you don't have a reason to apply for advanced parole yet, go to the USCIS website and download the application and fill it out. Read it. The form is not hard to fill out at all. The I-131, the advanced parole application, is not hard. It literally asks for your name, last name, date of birth, A number. The hardest part is, well, not even hard, but it is tedious, is gathering evidence. He said, does tooth implants count for dental reasons? Yes, tooth implants are expensive. Any dental procedure is extremely expensive here in the United States. Yes, it's a dental reason. Get a quote. Do what Natalie said earlier. Go to a bougie dentist and ask for a quote. Tell them, add this, add this, add that. get your x-rays. They can give you your x-rays. If you have insurance, say, give me a quote without insurance. Yeah, you can do that. Beatriz Medellin, I have an appointment with the lawyer today. I'm hesitant because they are charging $2,000 plus $575, but I'm also scared doing it myself. Y regarla. I don't know what to do. ¿Cómo la vas a regar? ¿Cómo? La vas a regar si pagas $2,575 con un abogado. Y si quieres un poquito de asistencia, like a little bit more help, text this number. Book a one-on-one. But start off by reading the guides. I'm going to say that you want help, we can help you, but you also have to do your homework. Just like going to tutoring. You know, the teacher's there, but you also have to do the work, right? Go to the USCIS website and download the application I-131, Advanced Parole. Read it, fill it out, because you know that information, right? You know your name, last name, date of birth. Fill it out. Make an appointment, but start reading the guides too. That way you're like, okay, well, you know, I have, you know, whatever reason you're going to apply for. Okay, let me get my my DACA card. Let me get my birth certificate. Let me get this. Like, start gathering the evidence. And if you have more questions, then yeah, book the one-on-one. But you guys got to start putting in a little bit of work too. No tengan miedo, chicos. There's nothing to be, I mean, you can be afraid, but it's also so empowering doing something like this on your own. We are so taught. Well, yeah, like we are like taught that all of these applications you need a lawyer for. No, you don't. You don't need a lawyer. And, you know, these people can't keep exploiting us for our money, our hard-earned money. $2,000. You know what you could do with those $2,000? Spend it in your country. Spend it on something else, on something that's, you know. But no, $2,000 plus the $575. Start by reading our guides. I'm going to repeat it again. Lean las guías. Si aún no tienen una idea de para qué aplicar, lean las guías. Usen la barra de búsqueda. Llenen la aplicación. Es muy fácil. La aplicación es muy fácil para llenar. Lo más difícil es recaudar la evidencia. Dice Elizabeth, hola chula, me gustaría ir a México, pero me da miedo. Sí, es normal que te dé miedo. Como estaba diciendo, vete a la página de USCIS y descarga el formulario I-131 y 131. Esa es la aplicación de Advanced Parole. Llénala, la puedes llenar a mano con una pluma negra o azul, o la puedes llenar en la computadora. Y luego lee las guías. Es normal tener miedo, pero todo va a salir bien. Con el apoyo de este grupo, todo va a salir bien. Y como les dije, si quieren agendar una cita individual, manden un número de texto a este número. Agenden una cita. Pero empiecen por leer las guías. Y vayan, como les dije, a la página de USCIS y descarguen la aplicación. Empiecen. Hagan su tarea. Ok, chicos, si ya no tienen ninguna otra pregunta, me voy a salir y nos vemos la próxima semana. Y lean las guías. Ya se los dije. Read the guides.